Hey guys, Scott Adkins here, and I'm back with another kicking tutorial. This time we're going to do the round kick, otherwise known as the turning kick. If you want to have the most power and speed in your turning kick or round kick, it's not going to help you if you're kicking from too far back. Where am I going to kick? I'm going to kick in front of me here. My kicking leg's all the way back here. So that's 180 degrees away from my target, and it takes me a lot longer to get from here to there than it would if my foot was closer to my intended target and a bit closer to me. So what I want you to do, just for this exercise, is to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to take your kicking leg directly back. So you're in more of a sprinting position, but you're going to come off the blocks. Yeah? You don't want to be like this. People, when they talk about kicking, they say, well, the power, it comes from the hips. And that's absolutely right. But the thing is, before the hips come into play, you've got to push off the floor. The floor, hopefully, is an immovable object. And as soon as you push off the floor, that's where the power originates from. And then it's up to you to put your hips into play and to make that kick as powerful and as quick as possible. So I'm not all the way back here like that. I'm a bit more forwards, like a sprinter, up on my toes, ready to kick and get to my target, get to my opponent. And by the way, I'm not saying that you should always fight like this. You know, that's up to you how you should fight or how you should practice martial arts. I'm just here to tell you that you're going to get to your opponent, to your intended target quicker if you start with your foot a little bit closer to where it's going. Next thing you need to do is recruit your hips. So a lot of people, they don't move their pivoting foot. In fact, they don't pivot. They just kick. So this is how not to do it. This is my front foot. This is very important. And watch what the front foot does. It's not really doing much, is it? I'm coming up on the ball of my foot, which is okay, but I'm not pivoting my heel around. And if I don't move my heel around, what's happening to my hips? I'm not using them, right? So I weigh 86 kilograms, and if I don't pivot on my foot and I don't bring my hips around, then I'm probably only using the weight of my leg, which is what, I don't know, less than 10 kilograms. So I want to use 86 kilograms, don't I? And the way to do that is for me to come up onto the ball of that bottom foot, pushing off the floor like we spoke about before, but then I'm going to twist my heel all the way around to the front, and watch what happens to my hips when I do that. They're all the way in. They're not even trying hard, and I'm moving Bob much more than before. From here, that's where the power comes from. It starts from the floor, and then it comes from the hips. So it's very important to push off that floor, but probably even more important than that is to come up onto the ball of your foot and twist your heel all the way around to the front. Now you notice that when I connect with my target, I'm coming up and spinning around on the ball of the foot, but I always drop my heel as I connect with my opponent. I always drop my weight into the kick. I don't stay up on my toes like that. I make sure I twist around the ball of the foot, I get the hips all the way to the front, but I'm dropping my weight into the kick. See the heel all the way to the front. Oh, come back. Like the Thai boxers do, you should absolutely kick with the shin. That's the hardest part. Obviously the higher you get, it's harder to kick with the shin. But you know, if I can catch in with the foot, it can still cause a lot of problems, but I should be aiming mostly to kick with the shin. And if I catch them with the knee as well, well, you know, that'll do as well. What you should definitely do is kick with a bent knee. It shouldn't be a straight leg when you kick, because that's kind of awkward. You want to make sure that when you connect with your target, you need to be hitting with a bent knee. Actually, what you should do is hit and then push extend your knee as you hit. You hit in and then extend the knee. So you hit him with the shin and push him through. Also, the quickest route is a straight line, right? So if I'm going to kick you, what makes more sense? Does it make more sense for my foot to come all the way out like this? Like this sort of semicircular motion, like that, or does it make sense to just come straight through? Bang. That makes more sense, right? From here, I don't need to come all the way around here. No point. And anyway, if I'm kicking to the body, I want to try and get underneath the guard anyway. So the idea is to kick up towards your opponent, up, and then at the last minute, I'm twisting. Same for a headshot. Up, twist. I'm not going to do the kick like this because I'm wasting energy. It's taking me too long to get there. And what did I say about the floor? The floor is where the power originates from. So if I come up here and then round and then in, all that momentum I've got from the floor is gone, right? But if I just go straight there, much more power, right? No wasted motion. Straight forwards, twist. Also, something else you can do to really get power into this kick. What I can do is step through, and that's going to help me kick right through my opponent. So I've pushed off the floor, but I'm also taking a step across so that I can really put my body weight into the kick from here. Down he goes. I'm stepping through now and kicking through my opponent. Come on, Bob. You gotta help me out, mate. I'm gonna get more tired from picking you up and doing the bleeding kicks. Get it together. Stepping across. I'm not gonna do it as hard now because it keeps falling over. Stepping across. This way, stepping across. What some people tend to do is that they'll stick their butt out like this. For some reason, they feel like if they take their head down, it helps them to kick higher like that. You've got to keep your head up, twist around on the ball of the foot, but make sure that your hips are all the way to the front. And if you're sticking your butt out, what are you not using? You're not using your hips. So don't stick your butt out. So just to recap, don't start with your kicking leg 180 degrees away from the target. Bring it out more to the front, so you're closer to your opponent. I'm stepping across and pushing off the floor. When I push off the floor, don't waste that energy from the floor. Get your foot into your target as quickly as possible. However, you have to keep the right form. Up on the ball of the foot, twist the heel around, put the hips into it, knee bent, kick with your shin or foot, extend through the knee to make the kick even more powerful, and just basically try and put as much of your body weight into the kick as possible without walking onto a punch. All right, guys, see you next week. Yes, come on. That's not what you want to do.